The Giro Rosa headed to the mountains for its Queen stage. Altered because of a landslide, the 88-kilometre stage to Lago di Cancano was no easier than planned.
The GC hasn't really opened up yet. Everyone's just been looking at each other and it's been a bit hard to tell, okay, who's good, who's not good. Today's going to show that, and I think we started already with hard climbing. We finished with hard climbing. We want to make it a hard race, so we're excited.
Rolling out of Ponte di Valtellino, the race was soon across the valley and fighting its way into the hills. After the day's first classified climb, Nicola Noskova led a three-woman break with Paulina Royeckers and Leah Kirschman. But once on the day's concluding ascent, their time was limited when last year's winner and UCI Women's World Tour leader Annemiek van Vleuten attacked a group of 45 women, all that remained of the 135 riders who began the day. The Dutchwoman was imperious on the climb to Lago di Cancano, swiftly building a commanding lead over her competitors. It was Bulls Dolman's rider Katie Hall who led the chase, though she was unable to regain any of the time lost, as the group containing race leader Cassia Niewiadoma shrank ever smaller. The higher and higher Van Vleuten climbed, the greater and greater her gap became, while behind, the chasers were each isolated, without teammates, and being marked by Amanda Spratt, Van Vleuten's Mitchelton Scott teammate. With the worst of the climb behind her, the Dutchwoman and pre-race favourite tackled the flat gravel section by the beautiful lake with relative ease, still increasing her gap before fighting her way up the final short, sharp slope to take victory and the overall race lead. Behind, 8 women battled for the remaining podium places, with Sunweb's Lucinda Brand coming out on top ahead of former race leader Cassia Niewiadoma.
Oh, that was epic suffering. Gavia would have been epic, but this is also a very, very beautiful climb. But if you go full gas from the bottom, really hard. Yeah, I attacked with 10k to go and then a 10k uphill, epic suffering. But and take as much time as I could. So yeah, this was the opportunity and I grabbed it.
It's definitely not an easy climb, especially the first part is really steep, and as soon as you come to the hairpins it's a kind of bit smoother, but still really hard. And then yeah, here on the gravel a bit of cyclocross. So yeah, I like the climb really much actually.
It was hard from the start, and I knew that I cannot accelerate all the time, otherwise I will just lose myself. So I tried to continue keeping the same pace, and trying to ride smart somehow.
An excellent performance brought Soraya Paladin 4th place, while world champion Anna van der Breggen paid for her chase efforts, finishing in 6th position. Van Vleuten now leads the general classification by a huge 2 minutes and 16 seconds, while Ashley Moolman-Passio has moved up into 3rd, 49 seconds behind Niewiadoma.